And we are back. Wojciech is about to put on a mic. That's a relaxed approach, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes before the presentation, just to walk in. Wojciech is almost ready. Let me give you a bit of background. Wojciech Gruszka, new paradigm in blockchain gaming industry, representing StarTerra. Wojciech is CEO at StarTerra, the biggest fundraising platform on Terra blockchain. Thanks to his experience as a lawyer and a blockchain insider, he's been successfully advising various fintech organizations known to a wider audience for his Twitter profile, PanParagraf. Wojciech, ready?
I'm ready.
Enjoy. The stage is yours.
I see the organizer of the conference is calling me right now, so I am very sorry for that, but I need to cancel this call. And welcome everybody. My name is Wojciech, PanParagraf, and I am CEO and founder of StarTerra, the biggest fundraising platform on rapidly growing Terra blockchain. For those who are not familiar with Terra blockchain, this is basically the second biggest blockchain in terms of the total value locked. If you are not familiar with Terra, I'm pretty sure that you came across Luna, its native token, in recent weeks, as it was the token which outperformed the whole top 100 market cap tokens. And I believe if you are not familiar with this blockchain, this is definitely the one that I would really suggest to focus on. But regarding StarTerra, you need to know that we are fundraising platform. So some of you might be probably surprised why I'm covering the subject of blockchain gaming. And basically, this is due to the fact that we as StarTerra, in recent months, we purchased our own game, built and developed by one of the Polish gaming studios for over 2 past years. For those who are not familiar with blockchain gaming industry, this is usually not the case. Most of the gaming products, they sell the future, they sell the concept of the game, while the development of those games are going to happen on and on. The perfect example is Illuvium, which promised that they are going to deliver their listing, their game launch in last year. It didn't happen. So by purchasing the ready game, I believe we have saved a lot of time. Now it's only about for us to connect this to the Terra blockchain and mint the NFT side of the game. So for StarTerra investors, for investors of STT token, there is a very important information what you can expect from that. Basically, we would like you to imagine that STT token is the central part of the dApps ecosystem that we create. Well, from the one side, there is a fundraising platform called StarTerra, but from another side, there is a game, StarHeroes. And holders of STT token are going to capture value from both of these products. So this is massive information from my side, and I believe this is one of the most advanced gaming products in the Terra blockchain, but also in the crypto sphere. But since we've been developing our game and connecting it to the Terra blockchain, because it has been developed for past 2 years, but at the same time, it was the game which was prepared to be built in the traditional gaming industry. What is StarHeroes? Basically, if I would have to explain this in a couple of words, I would say that this is kind of the word of tanks in the cosmos, but instead of using tanks, you're about to use spaceships. And since we are going to implement a dual token mechanism, we've been considering which one to choose. Because at the moment, the blockchain gaming industry is based on the play-to-earn model. So I will start with a quick overview how these models look like. Basically, this model is based on 2 tokens. The first is the governance one, which is, for example, Axie Infinity. I'm pretty sure that you came across AXS token. And from another side, there is SLP token, which is highly inflationary, and it has infinite supply, which means that the game is a little bit centralized, and the game can print new tokens even overnight. And the drawback, the big problem of this system is based on the fact that the players cannot expect what the inflation of the token is going to look like, because they can wake up in the morning and they find out that overnight 100,000 SLP tokens have been minted, which is a major problem of this kind of the game. So when we've been developing StarHeroes game economy, our first rule is that we want to put the players first. And this is why we decided to create decentralized model of inflation, which is basically based on the only token that survived over past years, which is Bitcoin. And I know it might be really hard to explain and to understand at the first glance, but Bitcoin inflation model is based on the halvings model, which means that Bitcoin tends to be highly inflationary at the first stage of its development, which means that almost everybody was able to mine Bitcoin using even his personal computer. But over time, with every single halving, during which the inflation of Bitcoin has decreased by a half, it was really harder and harder to mine Bitcoin. And very similar model is going to happen on the level of Star token. At the first stage of this game development, the inflation will be a little bit higher. So this is a great incentive for players to join the game, as the block reward is the same for the whole game, and it divides amongst the players. And at the same time, they can recommend this game to another players, which are going to join. And this is what this system is all about. Basically, this is based on halvings, which are going not to happen only every 4 years, but every quarter. And this decentralized gaming economy make this game really, really good for the players, as they can create the whole strategy, which they cannot do it at right now in Axie Infinity. I see that my presentation is a little bit different than I expected, but yes, basically, this is a Bitcoin inflation model, as you can see. And very important thing. Basically, if it was so simple that we can only copy Bitcoin inflation model, then everybody would be able to do it. But this is not the full picture, this is not the true. The value of Bitcoin relies on the fact that it is based on proof of work, which means that basically to mine a single Bitcoin, you need to spend and bear the cost of electricity, of computing power that you need to create from the purchase, from the device that you purchase. So there's a significant cost in order to buying the Bitcoin. So if we copy only a Bitcoin inflation model, that would not work without proof of work. So we've been considering if we can create a new paradigm, which is very similar to proof of play. And basically, in order to get the star tokens, all you need to do is just to play the game and be successful in playing the game. And playing the game relies on spending some funds on purchase device. It is also based on electricity. Of course, this is not comparable to Bitcoin cost of electricity, but the major cost of star mining is based on the fact that you need to play the game. You need to spend your time, you need to use your brain in decision-making process inside of the game, which is a very significant cost. And this is how the value of star token is rising. So basically, with every single quarter, this inflation is going to decrease. At the same time, the value of the token is based on the fact that you need to spend some time and your brain in order to receive the token. And the question now is how you can get star token, because our model, we've been really considering which model to choose. We've been considering, for example, if we could create a private and seed sale, token sale, public sale, but we decided that we want to make it as decentralized as we can. This is why there are no private sale tokens, there are no team tokens, no seed tokens. The only way to get star token is by playing the game. Another way of getting this token is by using your StarTera token, which, as I said at the very beginning, is the central part of the whole ecosystem. And basically, this is kind of the alpha. By locking your STT on the smart contract, you don't need to lose it. You only need to lock it for a certain period of time. You are going to receive a native token of the whole game, which is the star token. This is a massive utility for the STT, especially considering the fact that you don't need to spend a single UST or the other stablecoin in order to purchase the token. You are going to receive this in exchange for locking this for a certain period of time. Thank you very much.
It turns out everyone seems to want to be quicker than the time allocated. Still 9 minutes left for Wojciech, but it's always good if you can squeeze your message, your content into a shorter period of time. Now, next up, we're changing the mics, and hopefully Magdalena Albińska is already with us. Do I have the confirmation?